Hi, I'm Aileen Eakins. I'm a real estate advisor with Engel and Volkers here in Victoria on beautiful Vancouver Island. And I think we should have a hashtag beautiful Vancouver Island, don't you? Because is this not one of the most beautiful places in the world to live? We are incredibly blessed, and I am extremely grateful that this has ended up being my long-term home. Today, I wanted to talk to you about material latent defects, which is kind of a strange phenomenon that happens in the real estate industry. Houses, condos, land, etc. Are all presented to the consumer, and we need to know as much as we can before we make a purchase. There are two different types of defects that we can find in a home. First of all, there's a patent defect, and that is something that is visual the moment that you look around and find it. For example, the crack in a wall. You can see that. You can see that there possibly might be a problem. But there's also something that we call a material latent defect, and that's a defect in the home that you can't see on casual observation. And it's interesting, of course, in our board here, because one of the hardest material latent defects to understand and cope with is an unauthorized accommodation, which is actually a material latent defect because they're illegal, really. And we have to be very careful about that, because a buyer needs to understand whether that accommodation is legal or not, because it can influence their financing that they're arranging. It could influence all sorts of things, right? For example, say the municipality cracked down on unauthorized accommodation. You could lose the revenue that you thought you might have from that suite. So it's really important to understand what a material latent defect is. A couple of the other ones are, for example, perhaps perimeter drains or septic fields. And it's really important that you pay very close attention when you're having a property inspection done. And we'll talk about that in another video. But anyways, material latent defect, pay attention when you're looking at homes. Do your due diligence. Make sure you understand everything that's going on in that home. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to call or email me, and I'm happy to share information. And while you're here, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and we'll keep the information coming. Thanks for listening. My name is Aileen Eakins, and I'm a real estate advisor with Engel and Volkers.